What up, everybody? This is Jay Celine. This is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy Giovanni.
So why did you stop dancing before the camera got on you?
Because I want to make sure I got the vibrato right.
Spell it.
Vibrato, vibrato.
Okay. Round of applause. He actually
Hey, don't
got
treat
that
me
right.
like my name, Chauncey.
Listen, we're gonna do the liquidization,
Pyrotization.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
of a
both
word.
of you shut the fuck up.
Okay, so
I
look,
can't.
we usually do our weekend recap, but for those of you watching this show, our week was just yesterday. So Melissa Ford was out and about last night. What were you doing?
I went to a screening at CAA, for anybody who doesn't know what that means, the Creative Artists Agency. And I watched the screening of this short film that had Pauletta Washington in it, Denzel's wife.
Okay.
Tiana Parrish, who she is like a girl crush for me right now. And it was directed by my friend Nathan Williams. And it's called 90 Days. So, that whole 90 days that you're supposed to let, a new person in your life wait,
to get the gams.
To get the
that's
whatever
not a
you call
rule
it.
that I understand.
I understand you don't understand that,
I don't
okay?
either.
It might be just in our community. Steve Harvey wrote a book about it,
Think like a man?
Yeah.
Oh, but
the 90-day rule.
I will tell you though, when my ex left my house this last time, I cried.
That's why
I cried. I was depressed for like 3 weeks. I didn't go anywhere. Because I didn't want to be, because I'm the type of person like you'll catch me in public and ask me a question and then it'll just be a mess. So I had to toughen up. I didn't want nobody to see me cry. I'm like, yeah.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I mean, because I remember like when he left, when somebody sleeps in your bed every day and you're holding them every day. Yeah, then when they're gone, it's kind of different.
It's like withdrawal. Like serious,
really
it's
is.
like physical withdrawal symptoms. You
Yeah.
know, I can like break that down for you. Like
Yeah.
literally, the more time you spend with somebody, your EKG rhythms start to line up with each other. So when they're gone, you start to like you
No,
get-
like you
Your
can't
your sense
even
of
function.
smell,
Yeah.
your hearing becomes so much more acute because you're like listening out for the keys in the door type shit. Withdrawal.
I got that.
Will literally drive you
When I
fucking
tell
crazy.
you, we were in a relationship, and I'm not a controlling type in my relationship.
I was gonna say bullshit.
In my business, I am. My relationship, no, I try to relinquish the control because you can't control everything.
Right.
Gotta let some go. So, I pay all the bills, so technically I do control the world. But so I remember just feeling like I couldn't even, if the person moved and got out of bed to go to the bathroom, I would wake up. Like, where are you going?
You leaving me? You walking down my
Wait,
life?
hold, you're a koala bear?
And could not go to sleep if they weren't in the bed.
I can't sleep with. I can't be with koala bears.
I remember one day sitting up till 5:30 in the morning like this. That door open, I was like, yeah, I'm still up. Like I couldn't sleep.
It's funny because when I come home late, I come home and my girl be laid across the bed in a big ass X. So then she'll know what time I got home because I have to move her.
She is so smart. She is so smart. Once I get into the bed, I stay in the same position. I don't move. It's like fetal, like on my side. I don't move.
Oh, not me. Because
Yeah.
I continuously have to find the cold spot in my bed. But anyway, back to this film.
Okay, so the movie. So anyways, the 90 days happens and he's basically ready to propose. He really feels like he's met the woman of his dreams. And they're a gorgeous couple and whatnot. And she basically tells him on the night that it's going to go down, she was like, I'm HIV positive.
Oh.
Yeah, it was one of those like just your heart just dropped out of your chest type
what do you
moments.
do?
Exactly. Yeah, what do you
Can I tell
do?
you what you do? Because it
Oh, for
happened to me.
fuck's sake. Go ahead.
Swear to God. I'm in Oakland. Let me paint the picture.
Sicily, 1912.
I can't remember the year, but I was sneaking to the gay club. It was at a club called Bench and Bar at a club called Cable's Reef in Oakland. Jesus. And I meet this guy. He's from New York, beautiful, light skin. Everything was perfect about him. I'm like, oh shit. So long story short, I'm out with my boy. I'm not gonna say his name because he just ain't as free with his business as I am. So we're talking or whatever, and he has a friend, and I have a friend. So I'm like, oh, let's just all go back to the house. So we go back to the house. We get to the house, and so I go in the room with him, and then my friend stays in the living room with his friend, and they're talking, and we're talking. So we're talking, and we're just hanging out, and everything is kind of moving towards it's about to go down. And he goes, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, okay, what you gotta tell me? I'm so embarrassed to tell this story. He says, look, music stops. He says, I'm HIV positive. So the first thing you think is definitely got to like make him feel like it's okay, because it's technically okay because that's your situation.
Yeah.
So I want to make a joke out of that.
Right.
Because it's about to get funny.
Okay.
So I said, listen, I don't understand that. I mean, I don't have HIV and thank you for telling me, and I appreciate that. And let me, we're talking. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, we gotta talk for a little bit. I was like, let me use the restroom real quick, and let me just like put some water on my face and like get it together. I grabbed my friend and ran the fuck up out of there. And I not only never came back, I never even called that person again. I never even saw that person again.
That's fucked up, bro.
I'm sorry. You're talking. Okay, I am afraid of
everything.
Beyonce quitting her music career, Jesus coming back too early.
That's hilarious.
And HIV.
That's so hilarious.
Well, I could say we need Jesus now, but yeah, it was
some real shit.
Yeah.
Like, wait, is this a movie that's coming out, or is it just a short film?
It was a short film, so it's it's gotten a lot of awards. So it's in the film festival circuit.
I really want to know what happened.
And you know what? I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you.
It built all the way up to falling in love and then right when it's about
I had a feeling that was going to be the storyline, and what was interesting, like, organizations that basically kind of get the word out about AIDS awareness and prevention, they were sponsors of this film.
Beautiful.
And I used to tour the country talking to young people about AIDS awareness and prevention, high school kids and college kids and stuff like that. I used to give speeches like on sexual responsibility in a hypersexualized culture. They thought I was a really good person to be giving this speech.
You do realize you're using all these big words with Gio.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, man. Let me
I
tell you
think
something.
I saw his eyes glaze over a little bit.
I thought I heard somebody fall asleep on the mic. To be clearly.
I understood every word she was saying.
Okay.
Hypersexualized from somebody who's not getting any pussy.
You crazy, bro? You crazy? They call me.
It's okay.
Okay. So anyways, it just kind of galvanized my spirit to kind of get back into, touring the country and having that conversation again, just because, people can live, very long lives.
I mean, look at Magic Johnson.
What's funny? Guess who was a producer on the film?
Magic Johnson.
Cookie.
Oh, his wife.
Yes, and she was on the panel. Yeah.
I mean, imagine your partner come home and tell you that they're HIV positive.
And she was pregnant with
EJ?
Yeah. Yeah, I think she was pregnant with. Stop it.
We're not even gonna go there.
Stop it right now.
Because she out here cutting up. I will say, no disrespect to EJ Johnson being gay, but he got the worst breath I've ever smelled. It's like a fucking animal crawled up in his stomach and died.
Damn.
Now you want to talk about you want to
talk about AIDS. If AIDS had a smell, it's his breath.
Okay, listen. Okay, so I'm just gonna skate on past that.
That motherfucker said hello to me, and I still smell the hello, and it was like 2 years ago. It's like goodbye, motherfucker, goodbye. Because halitosis is some real shit. I'm gonna tell you, I smell my breath multiple times a day, and if I'm talking to somebody, I look to see their reaction. If they start to look like it's a little tart, I'll go brush my motherfucking teeth, or I'll get some not air freshener, but some mouthwash or something. His breath smells so bad, and you know where I smelled it at? In Bootsy Bellows. If you could smell somebody's breath smelling that bad in Bootsy Bellows, like,
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start. He said, I look at people and see how they react.
You cannot have a Chanel purse and Gucci glasses and fucking
FUBU
shit breath.
With FUBU breath.
We was talking about eating ass yesterday. If you ate a dirty asshole, it smelled better than his breath.
Okay, God.
And I'm telling the truth.
I can't.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna invite him to be a guest on this show so y'all can all smell his breath. And when y'all all smell it, y'all gonna be looking at me like, that nigga tells the truth. People hate me for being honest.
You know what? Word on the town is that Beyonce has bad breath. Now, I've danced with Beyonce.
Stop it right now.
It's the truth.
I'm gonna help you out.
No.
Stop.
Don't help me. It's the truth.
Somebody this morning asked me, whatever happened to Doughboy? Let him go ahead and speak. Go ahead.
No, fuck that. I'm gonna be honest and say what
you've danced with her.
There's a lot of list of celebrities that they say have known to have bad breath, and she was on it.
So you danced with her.
Yes.
So you've been close to her.
Not that close.
Wait, you danced for her? You didn't even get to get close to her?
No, not that close. But shit, listen,
I wasn't that close,
but I'm not. Listen, let me say what Jason Lee would say. Don't get mad at me. I didn't say it. I'm reporting it. This is what I heard allegedly from a list.
Well, I heard
people.
Beyonce had big ankles too, but I mean, I've never seen any of that or smelled any of that because she's the queen to me. Hey. Now, if I was talking to Beyonce, I've talked to Beyonce a few times up close. Once over a lot of Patron, but up close. And if her breath smelled, I wouldn't tell her. I'd be like, I smell it, but that ain't you.
You gonna still believe it's somebody else?
EJ King smelled like he about to die right there.
Not EJ King.
Oh, sorry, EJ King.
Not EJ King.
Jesus Christ. I think we're only 5 minutes into the fucking show.
By the way,
we're about to get killed.
Wait, not EJ King, because by the way, EJ King said he heard us talking about his transsexual Taco Tuesday. But either way, shout out to EJ. He wants to come on the show. I just don't think there's enough room for his hair in the room.
Hey man, I call him.
EJ got hips. Okay, you've been looking at EJ's transformation, right?
Yeah.
Would you hit it?
Fuck you, man. I will tell you this. Granted, when I first met EJ 11 years ago, he was like on some Jason Lee type shit. Now he's like on some Diana Ross type shit.
So he went from being a boy to being a woman.
No,
I think I'm having an
great
aneurysm.
shape. He looks good.
All right, we'll invite him in here and we'll talk to him about something. Okay, but anyway, back to
Jesus
EJ
Christ.
Johnson. EJ Johnson, please find an Altoid nigga.
You just did 5 minutes on this.
Damn.
Last, bro.
Okay, next thing.
So, all right. So then I ended up at Cool and Dre's party last night, and I was just like, where are they
That's
been?
fucked up,
Is
man.
Dre
What
the tall
fuck?
one?
Yes.
Dre's the
One
tall
be
one.
with French Montana, Khaled all the time, right?
I
The
guess
tall
so.
one.
I don't know.
Dre's kind of hot.
They had a big era once producing, man. What happened to them?
Yeah, they just kind of I don't know. They just got real quiet. I mean, I guess they still been doing
That's
shit,
the
but they
polite
Are
just
you
Wait.
saying if you're a producer and you get real quiet, that means you're unemployed?
What's Scott Storch doing right now?
He's working.
He's
Okay,
working, but
but-
everybody
but-
has waves.
Scott Storch is working with, I think, Chris right now.
Okay, but here's the thing: is he's not out there like he was
Scott
at one
Storch
point.
lost all his
Don.
money. He got on drugs really bad. He fell off. But
Polo
you know.
the Don.
I
had
know,
a
but that's the
wave.
point. Is like I don't know why they just got quiet, but they just got quiet and started working, or were continued to work, but they just were quiet.
So how was the party?
The party was
You didn't invite us
the
to.
party. Shut up, okay? I didn't even know I was going. The party was great. I drank way too much. Shout out to Stoli and the girls from Stoli. You guys.
I love drunk Melissa.
I
She's
saw
amazing.
Tank was there besides Tank. Who else?
Yes, he was there with Jay Valentine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The artist?
Jay Valentine.
Yeah.
Jay Valentine is Tank's manager now.
Yeah.
He's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Wait, the
No, he's
singer
cute.
bad? Oh, that's Jay
Yes.
Holiday.
No, yeah, you're right. Jay Holiday. Sorry, anyways, moving
My
right
bad.
along.
Next.
So I tried to go get some food with my friends, and they
What
just-
friends are these? Because we ain't hanging out.
I
no
know.
more.
Listen, let's hang out tonight.
I'm busy.
I'm not.
I'm going to French Montana's party.
Oh yeah, we're going to French thing.
No, Andrew's going with
He
me.
just said we.
The nigga invite himself. Hey yo, so what we doing tonight? Okay.
No, earlier when I was outside going over the Grammy list because it's Grammy week, I'm like, oh, this party. He was like, I'm going to that. And then this party, I'm going with you to that. I'm like,
I just be playing. I already got my Rock Nation tickets, my luncheon tickets.
for what?
I already got them.
You're not going to the Rock
Okay.
Nation brunch.
Continue. Progress.
Okay. You take a picture at the Rock Nation brunch.
I will.
And don't Photoshop you in it.
Nigga, what's up? We here.
Oh my god.
You know, real quick story. I've told the story on the show how I snuck in the Rock Nation brunch.
Yes.
I don't know if I can do that anymore.
Nah.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Okay, anyway.
Anonymity has gone out the motherfucking window for you, my friend.
What else is going on?
So sorry. Well, while we were standing in line, my friends got the bright idea to say that one of them was disabled to try to get in front of the line.
They said you was disabled.
They didn't say I was disabled. They said one of us was.
Did it work?
No, the worst part was there was a guy in a wheelchair right in front of us. We got kicked out.
Oh man.
You guys got kicked out of the party?
No, not the party. This was after the party at the
Okay.
food spot.
So you got kicked out of the food spot for lying about being disabled.
I just ran.
You know somebody, I'm about to say.
I ran. I was so
Listen.
embarrassed. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you
Nigga, Melissa
people?"
Ford got kicked out the food
the
spot.
day we went to
They were drunk.
Coachella
It was so wrong.
and couldn't get out, and Melissa's acted like she was pregnant to. where
That's
they
not a
s-
disability.
to where
That's
they,
different.
But they sent an ambulance. I mean, we played that
could-
one all the way to the
I
to the end.
could have been pregnant. Okay, it would have been immaculate conception, but whatever. Okay, so that was my night. That was my night.
Well,
Gio,
listen.
you were probably at a hookah lounge.
No, I wasn't. So go to hell. I see you met my homeboy too, Tyron Brown. He was adding me the picture y'all took together. You see, you meet so many people you don't even remember. Tall guy. All right,
go-
forget
we-
it.
yeah, go ahead.
I went to a bar by my damn self and just had like 6 shots.
Yeah, and you posted them all on Snapchat or Instagram.
And then I went my black ass home. No, actually, no. I stopped by Project for a little bit, went in there and parlayed and just went home.
I'm trying to remember.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, yesterday.
I'm boring, man.
Yesterday I had a full day of work. After the show, I did a lot of errands and stuff. But I was excited that I got a call to meet with Will Packer, and I went to Will's office. Shout out to Will Packer Productions, killing it. They have a movie out today. I mean, the trailer's out today for a movie called Road Trip with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett and Regina Hall.
Love Regina Hall.
And another girl who's going to be a breakout star, but I can't remember her name, but she's going to be she's hilarious. But anyway, it was good to see that Will had Hollywood Unlocked in our radio show on his radar. And we just sat there for about an hour and talked, and he's really cool.
I've known Will since he was still with his former partner Rob Hardy. They had a production company called Rainforest Films, and they were kind of
was Will. I never knew that.
Yeah, they were doing the film festival circuit, and I met them at the American Black. Well, at the time it was called the Acapulco Black Film Festival. This is way back in 2001. So I've known Will since then. We actually we ran into each other. You had a meeting with him, and I just ran into him like later on that night at CAA.
He's super humble.
Yeah.
I mean, like straight out of Compton, because when I left, I always like to Google people's net worth.
Yeah.
I didn't Google
his films have generated like $1 billion.
I didn't Google his net worth, but I did Google how much did Straight Outta Compton make, and it made over $200 million. I mean, and he's so humble. He was cool. We just sat there, and then he said to me, he was looking at social media. He was then looking at the site, and he goes, "How long have you had Hollywood Unlocked?" I said, "A year." And he was just like blown away. He was like, "Damn, you did all that in a year." So sometimes when you're in the hustle, whatever that hustle is, you really don't stop to like acknowledge the work that you've done. So I had to stop. And of course I called Floyd, and who was like the mentor, like, okay, so what do you think? And he had his perspective, but it's just good to be able to stop for a minute and take a breath and acknowledge that like we've done a lot, not just with the show, but with the whole brand.
It's good. Shout out Will Packer, man.
Yeah. And I got a call from Mona yesterday, and it just doesn't look like I'm going back to Love and Hip Hop. I just, I think right now where I am right now, I'm really happy with what I'm doing right now.
What if the price was right?
I don't think it's about money. I think it's a matter of branding, and it's a matter of where I am right now. And where I am right now is happy, focus on Hollywood Unlocked. But what I am going to tell her that I'm going to say right now, because this won't air until then, is that I'll host the reunions.
That's dope.
Oh, I'll host the motherfucking reunions. Because the reunions are too boring and they're too...
She hosts them, right?
No, Nina Parker hosts them.
Yeah. Shout out Nina, but
Nina's great.
Yeah.
Nina's amazing. Maybe we can co-host them. I don't know. But if I host the reunions, that shit's going down.
Right.
Because I'm online every day writing about these people. Yeah. We see what's going on. I'd be up there and I would say, well, last night at dinner, you told me that she was a hoe.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you'd be good at that.
I'm glad that you making that transition, because more and more I see you, and I come to the station, I see you more as Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked and less as Love and Hip Hop. And
you know what? I don't want to be...
I forget that you're Love and Hip Hop.
I don't want to be Jason Lee from Love and Hip Hop. I want to be Jason Lee with Hollywood Unlocked. Yeah. And that's great. And that's why I feel like if I go back again and I get in a relationship, it's going to be so consumed with that.
Now you just back to Love and Hip Hop.
I don't want that. So, but it's a great platform. It's been an amazing ride, but for me, I got to get off. If I was to go back to Love and Hip Hop, I would have to be in a relationship. And right now, I'm just in love with my business. Hollywood Unlocked. It's all about Hollywood Unlocked. Did I say it's all about Hollywood Unlocked?
What about Mr. Miami?
I mean, we're still talking, but shit, he just got out of jail. I can't. I don't know the probation status. I like to travel. I can't have no relationships with restrictions.
Right.
Okay.
But he's still beautiful.
Yes, he is. He is.
I'll fly him in next week for a date. He is
beautiful.
Got to get permission though.
Yeah. And by permission. Shout out to Ro James.
Oh my God.
All right, go ahead. What's going on in the world?
Every time I hear the song, I think about Tank, because he sang it here on the show.
I will never tell this story publicly, but me and Ro James had an argument one time before he was famous.
Wow.
And I'll leave it at that. But he's a cool guy.
Oh,
very talented.
That was anticlimactic. All right. Anywho, so the White House might have to staff a psychiatrist. And at this point, I really think that that's, a legitimate, claim that can be made. So there's a Democratic congressman from California. His name is Ted Lieu, and he is introducing a bill that the White House staff a psychiatrist. And he's saying that it's not just because Donald Trump is in the White House right now. It should be for all future presidents. But Donald Trump has definitely given us reason to think that he might need to talk to somebody.
Never heard this. We never heard this idea before Donald Trump about a psychiatrist.
No, exactly.
So it's hilarious.
Exactly.
To me.
He sent out a tweet that said, "America, we have a problem. President Trump is making stuff up with no evidence." This was in response to Trump suggesting that the media was covering up stories of terrorist attacks.
Listen, Donald Trump is a disruptor. And as much as I try to stay objective, bruh is out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, besides all of the warfare that we're probably going to get into with other countries at this point, the civil unrest, the stuff. I mean, just like
Forget about the fact that he's so concerned with what SNL is doing.
Yeah.
Hello?
No,
what
bro.
But the fact that he did the attack on Nordstrom's, I heard the business I heard Nordstrom's business actually went up after all the attention. But I mean, why would you? Is it appropriate for the president to attack a store?
No,
no,
a business.
no.
Not at
And there's a
all.
whole bunch of ethics lawyers basically saying that he
took that person because it was his daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
they
And that's-
basically said that was illegal. So
Can you imagine? I wonder what he looks like
he
when
just
he's
doesn't
twittering.
give a solid fuck. He's like, whatever, I'm the president. I could do what the fuck I want.
No, he's ruling.
Signing a bill.
He's ruling.
Put that in action.
He's ruling the United States like a king.
Yeah,
he really is.
that's true.
And
I feel like I'm playing Warcraft.
he attacked the federal court judges,
Yeah.
and now the federal court judges and his nominee for the Supreme Court is attacking him.
Yeah, he was asked a question and he had to answer honestly. He was just like, I found that really disheartening that he would, talk about federal court judges in that respect just because he wasn't getting his way.
And what people don't really
an
realize is
insolent
that
child.
What people don't really realize is he's going to put people's lives at risk.
Yeah.
I
The
feel
people
like he
over
already has.
people who travel to other countries, troops that are
security.
stationed in other countries, his own security. Because he's the most well protected person in our country, so he's good.
You know what? I can really see him one day going off on a Twitter rant and putting hashtag, how about that? Like I can see
Say what?
I can see
Hashtag,
Trump
how
going,
about that?
I can see him hashtagging how about that
Okay,
after
I'm
in a
gonna
rant.
say this publicly.
If he did that,
if Donald Trump creates the hashtag "Cash Me Outside," how about that? How about that? I'm personally starting the impeachment process. I am going to author the petition myself.
that's
Can you
crazy.
imagine if he said, "How about that?"
Man, I'm telling you,
or
that-
China or Mexico build that wall. How about that?
Oh man. Listen, that would break the internet, that would break the news, and then like
It would break the whole planet in
How
half.
about that?
Okay, but I think having a psychiatrist on deck is actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Because when I get $800 million like Floyd, I'm gonna need one too.
Yo, that's crazy because you really could fuck around and go crazy with that type of
Do you
power.
know what? First of all, can I tell you what I would do? I would call Bank of America and say, please deliver it all in singles. I'd fill up my swimming pool and I'd swim in that shit. I would be swimming. I would be backstroking in dollar bills. Y'all be like, this motherfucker lost his mind.
Do you know
Yeah.
how much fecal matter is on money?
and cocaine?
I would lick every single piece of it.
Listen,
You and my dog have that in common.
God knows
Daisy
what he's
still,
doing
Daisy
because
still likes to eat her shit.
Me and your dog have a lot of common problem. Doggy style, all that. Okay, what else is going on?
Oh my God. Okay, so LeBron James is the latest player to join the fray, basically calling out Trump on his travel ban. The rhetoric is the same, like, diversity is what makes
Yeah.
this country great, blah, 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 this, that, the other. But I mean, he's LeBron James.
Hairline James.
Stop it. Okay? Like, he's LeBron James. And this
We're
comes
not,
on.
we're not going to talk about hairlines because I represent people protecting hairlines in this motherfucker. Because I painted my hairline this week. This shit that was gray is no longer gray.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see
look-
gray hair, Lisa? Good. It's called paint.
Keep going, Melissa.
This comes on the heels of Steph Curry basically calling out his boss, Kevin Plank, who is the, CEO of Under Armour, who'd basically said that Trump is an asset to this country. So when Steph Curry was asked about that, he was just like, oh yeah, I agree with that description if you remove ET from asset.
Right.
Oh, shit.
I was like, well, hello there, Steph Curry, because,
I didn't think he had it in him.
light-skinned guys usually don't want to get involved in, they don't want no problems. Anywho,
Misty Copeland.
Misty Copeland is another one. She's a brand ambassador for Under Armour, and she called out Kevin Plank as well. So Kevin Plank basically went on the offensive and said, that's not what I meant. I only meant it in regards to his business acumen and stuff. And I'm like,
Listen,
The Rock, too,
but
said
you
something.
know what's crazy though is that this is why sometimes dealing with Floyd Mayweather is like dealing with the DMV. You got to do it, but you don't always want to, right? But he's always fucking right. He said, I've never taken an endorsement because I never want to be owned or controlled or have to fall in line with anybody. It's all about building my own brand, owning myself, owning my own brand. And if you look at it, these guys that are wearing this symbol or whatever on their clothes because they're getting this large check, they are subject to this kind of experience where now it puts you in a crosshair with the guy who's writing the big checks and the people that support you and your brand, So, I mean, I think it's amazing that they feel compelled to speak up and that they're using their platforms. I mean, clearly Kevin didn't decide to talk to his stars before he went and did that.
I mean, I felt I don't know.
And then you got Nike and Adidas out there who are taking a very hard line in support of people that oppose the ban and that are publicly saying we want to protect our athletes. Like, there's clearly like a culture change or culture shift between the two companies.
Even Tesla and Uber, they took a huge hit. Uber accounts was getting deleted like a month.
Over 200,000 accounts were deleted to the point where he fell back off of being on Trump's
He didn't only
economic
fall back. He threw everybody else's names out there
Yes,
too.
he did.
He pulled a Nino Brown.
Yeah,
he
he
said, if
threw-
I'm going down, I'm putting all
He
these
threw
other women.
everybody's name under the bus. Who else, who had supported
Tesla,
Trump's campaign?
Pepsi.
Yeah, exactly. So when everybody was deleting their accounts, I was just like, okay, look, everybody, just calm the fuck down, because in that way, you'd have to stop shopping at Amazon. You'd have to stop buying Teslas. You have to stop, drinking and eating Pepsi products.
When I worked at a union, we did this whole thing of where we put out an annual list of who we don't support, Walmart, different companies. And I stuck to that list because I was an avid union leader. I supported worker rights, and I believed that if you weren't providing reasonable health care for families that work hard for billion-dollar organizations and let us taxpayers pay for it, we shouldn't support your ass, right? But the problem is people don't all band together like that.
Right.
Now, with Trump, I think the thing that is happening in this country, besides all the hate mongering and all that, is that it is unifying party lines. It's uniting the Democrats, and it's making all the fucking idiots that voted for him realize, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have voted for that reality star.
That's what he is.
I'm so annoyed by like the world right now is such a crazy place that I can't even stand watching CNN like I used to.
Yeah,
Well,
me too.
Donald Trump hates them anyway.
It's like a reality show.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is going on?
Charles Oakley was
Yo, free my boy Charles Oakley, man.
forcibly removed from a fucking Knicks game. He got into a shoving match with with an official. Like, I think it was like
He got into an argument with the owner of the Knicks.
No, I know. He's pissed at the
Yo,
owner of
free
the
my
Knicks.
boy Charles Oakley, man.
He's pissed at the owner.
For those that don't know who we're talking about, Charles Oakley is a former basketball player.
Oh, yeah.
A legend.
Yeah, they called him the enforcer.
Who played several years at the New York Knicks.
Yes.
At Madison Square Garden.
Yes, exactly.
Got into it with the owner.
He got into it with the owner.
and got arrested and beat up.
No. They
didn't
literally
beat
had
him
it. There's
up.
footage of him like being held down on the floor by security. And he is pissed because he feels like the owner is like being disrespectful to him. He's like, he wants to be a part of the organization in some form or fashion. And the
You
owner
can't
just
force your way in though.
the owner will not take his call.
I mean, you could tell it was a call. It was a call that the security guards didn't want to do because they know him, they love him. Like, so imagine if they felt that way. But if the owner says, "Get this fool the fuck out of here," as much as you don't want to do it, they're obligated to their job to get you the fuck out of here. And they put the pause on that brother.
But see, could you imagine, like, and again, using Floyd as an example, could you imagine Floyd getting drug out of the MGM?
Oh man,
No.
yeah.
No.
I mean,
No.
But see, he has a relationship where he can call them and say, "I need a jet" or "I need a Bugatti."
Yeah.
You know, Charles ain't got that kind of relationship.
Oh,
he
no,
can't even
no,
get a
no.
seat.
No, but no. Exactly. I mean, like the Knicks, their PR credo is once a Knick, always a Knick. So he's just like, yo, you're not living up to that shit. You won't even take my fucking
the way
calls,
they
man.
dragged
I
that
can't even get a
brother
job
out.
as a janitor
So
in
he
this
bought.
bitch.
So he bought a ticket to sit right behind the owner.
No, I don't know. He didn't buy a ticket. I think that he was given a ticket, that he has no problems getting himself
Into a game.
but trying to get the attention of the owner to return his calls and just have a discussion as to whether or not,
Okay, but why not just go be a part of another organization?
I mean,
I don't know. Shit.
I don't know.
Spike
Charles
Lee
Oakley is an interesting character, man.
Clearly.
And he's a little long in the tooth as well.
But he said, "Oh, okay, y'all motherfuckers not gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna fuck up your brand."
Yeah.
And he everybody's talking about it.
he legit-
Dwayne Wade has come out and spoken against it and said, "Hey, stay woke, players. This is what could happen to you. Like, this is real shit. This man dedicated his life to this organization, and
Well, he legit said this. I mean, I had at least 15 people try to set up a meeting. He won't meet. I want to sit down and talk to him. I want me and him in a room and lock the door. Lock that door. I mean, he can have the police outside the door."
He said that on social media.
He said that in an interview with the New York Times.
He needs to. Somebody need to go get their granddaddy, Charles.
Yo, I know what that feeling like to be dragged out of someone like that by 7, 8 guys. You can't do shit.
You got drug out?
Yeah, I
That's
got dragged out of Stars one night.
For what?
Man, got into it with somebody and they,
You were feeling up on a stripper's booty. That's what you
never
were
that.
fucking doing.
Never that. I got into it with somebody, but when the first 2 guys, you be like, it's a little tussle. I'm a strong dude. But them 3, 4, 5, 6
Say it with
persons,
your chest.
yeah, they come up. You can, just like you. I'm floating away. Like you, you can't do shit. So Charles, the way you got dragged out, I've been there, brother. I love you. So Free my boy Charles.
Yeah, and shout out to all the senior citizens out there taking their medication because
AARP.
at the end of the day, like your life matters, and this abuse to our elderly is unacceptable. What else?
Okay, we're gonna
Let's go get to some music.
Yeah, no. Okay. Well, let's wrap up this segment by saying that there's more twins on the way now. Amal Clooney, George Clooney's wife, is pregnant with twins.
I'm still talking about Beyonce's
I
twins.
know, but this is a good thing. You know, like no people did not think that George Clooney was ever going to get married again. He was a perpetual bachelor. He was like, fuck marriage.
There were rumors that he was getting a divorce. That they were getting a divorce.
Exactly, but not so much. She's pregnant with twins and very, very
See,
happy.
Beyonce know how to make everything go trend and hot. Now everybody
for
wants
God's
twins.
sake, I don't think that they planned it.
Man,
it's
they
not
pay
like
for
she's
them
pregnant
twins.
now just
I
because.
still want to know, how is Beyonce performing at Coachella?
She's going to be sitting on a throne.
Hollywood Unlocked posted the Michael Jackson comparison clip, just sitting her ass down doing head movements.
Yeah, you know, I get blamed a lot for everything posted on social media. Like I'll go somewhere and somebody go, "Oh, but why did you post that?" I blame it on Rivette and Alyssa.
I don't.
They do it. I'm like, listen, I own the company. I don't know everything going on. Shit, let me go look. And then I just go in the back and text them like, good job. And we have a special guest in the building, my family, Tiffany Pollard.
Yeah, what up?
You guys, thank you so much for having me. Jason, why is this so long overdue?
Because you're filming everything all over the world. and we have to introduce you. You have your friend.
Oh, my,
very special
this
friend.
is my right-hand man. He knows everything about me. He's seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is Action L.A. Jackson.
It's my boy. I've been on this boy.
What's up, man? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Okay, so we have two guests for the price of one.
That's how we do things.
So listen, I've known Tiffany for I don't even know how many years, probably close to 10 years now.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
How'd you guys meet?
How did we meet?
At a party?
I will never forget this. I met you at, what was it? Lisa Ray's premiere party for a show she was doing.
Clearly.
Okay.
And we became inseparable since that moment.
Inseparable. For real. She's not for real.
Yeah.
I believe it.
No, because the thing I love about her, so first of all, besides the fact that you're the best in reality TV has ever done.
She's so sweet, man.
No, and I mean it. If you think about it, because there's pages like dedicated to you. You know that. You see them?
I do see them, and they make my eyes water because I'm very humble and I can't believe it. But you know, the memes really keep me alive, and I tell him all the time. I'm like, damn, you know. So I have a different fan base just off of memes. Like the youngsters know me,
Right.
because of obviously the memes and the YouTubes and things like that.
So when did Flavor of Love first premiered? What year?
Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to say 2005.
Dang.
So it's been about
2 years out of high school.
11.
Yeah.
So 11 years.
Yeah.
And it still literally like trends all the time in terms of the memes and videos and photos and stuff.
It lives. It lives.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the. I want to say it was the first kind of urban, for lack of a better word, elimination-based, contestant-based elimination show.
Yeah, and you're absolutely correct, Melissa. You are so true. It was that show where you can punch it up, be real, and just be honest. Like you got to understand, I'm from upstate New York, so I was just fresh off the boat, pretty much, so to speak. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give Hollywood myself. I'm going to be really who I am and stay true to self.
No, wait. We had a meeting. The three of us had a meeting because, you know, once I did Love and Hip Hop, I was like, okay, it really was like the thing to kind of give me the boost because I felt like I'd always had the ideas, but I just didn't really have the vehicle, right? So when I had this company that approached me about a development deal, I said, there's only one person that I know I could work with in a reality television show, and that's Tiffany. So I called Tiffany. She came to the meeting, and you told a story. I asked you, just off the record, I said, how did you develop your personality? Because filming reality TV, as you know, and as you know, like you either got to bring it or you don't bring it.
Yeah.
She was like, literally, she should teach a class.
No, I know.
No, she should.
For real. I love
Seriously. It's because when it comes to reality TV, like I went on as myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do what I did, kids. Okay.
You gotta step it up a notch.
But when you look like that, you can go on as yourself. You're gorgeous, Melissa. You know this.
She all right.
Like love fest over here right now. But like I just really I found it amazing, and I admired the fact that you were able to create this persona that was so
it's like larger than life.
It is larger than life, and it was such a polarizing kind of, you know, because some loved you and some hated you, but everybody loved to hate you and hated to love you. And no one could stop talking about you.
You're going to pay attention wherever the love lied.
And that's just brilliant.
Exactly.
So you told a story to me. Tell everybody how you came up with the persona New York.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Honestly, New York is myself. But it's me punched up, obviously, times like 1,000.
Yeah.
You know, I want to say it's like my Sasha Fierce type of thing. You know, we all have an altered ego where we want to just push it out and just be larger than life. I mean...
But you said to me, this is what she said to me. She said, when I thought about how I was going to do the show, I thought, when a woman walks in the room, she wants to be the only woman that matters, the only woman that gets that man's attention.
The head bitch in charge.
And
HBIC,
and she said, that's what I decided to do. And literally, like, no matter whether they liked you or hated you, they all respected you and they were all afraid of you.
I mean, with that said, I mean, just because of that, I said, when I was watching, I was like, she gonna get her own show.
Wait.
In commemoration, I told her.
Jason, just let him have it.
I told her, in commemoration of her grill, I'll put mine on. So I'm vibing with the gas. What's wrong with that?
For fuck's sake. Oh my God.
The only thing is, I can hear her articulate her words.
You can hear me too.
You
can hear me too. But I'm just saying, you was a breakout star. And you was sweet. You had a very good.
Thank you. It feels so good, and everybody's snowed in right now in New York, and they just keep tweeting me that they're watching I Love New York because you know VH1 is playing it right now because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Well, not actually, but it's the month of the love.
I think she's a producer or an executive, like of a network of a show, a dream, because she's.
He calls me the steroid.
Yeah, she's the steroid. I call her. But before that, I think it's like she's the writer, she's the actor, the whole thing,
the
all
sound
in one.
guy.
Because you know you wish for like, oh man, let's write this whole. But she got all this slangs, words, punchlines, the whole shebang. Yeah. So.
I'm crazy and it pays the bills.
I want to know how you met him.
No, wait. Before we get to that, the reason why I said that is because if you know her personally, I've never known New York. I've known Tiffany. Like there's a complete disconnect. Like for me, there's a complete disconnect. So recently you did the show that when I tell you fucking had me dying laughing. And it was this show. I was in the meeting and thought of her. Big Brother in London.
UK. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
There's one scene. Have you seen the show?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
No.
You just have to like go online and look at it. There's one scene where Billy Idol dies.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh, you're worse than me. You're talking about David Bowie.
Sorry, David Bowie.
Who did you say?
I was like, Billy Idol didn't die. What the fuck? Where was I?
You're done.
You wasn't gonna say you let it slide.
No, I was like, wait. I was sitting here like, did Billy Idol die?
Wait, is Billy Idol alive?
Yes.
Sorry, Billy. David Bowie dies. The woman that's in the house used to be married to David Bowie. She hears that David died. David Guest is in the house, who has died since. She thinks it's David Guest is dead. She goes into a panic and starts running around the house, telling everybody in the house that David's dead. David's laying in the bed asleep, and she goes in the room.
That's hilarious.
Listen, this is why I said, like, I've said to her, like, after this, she has a new project we're talking about. She has to be executive producer.
Oh gosh!
Even if she stars in it, like, she got to be executive producer because that was like reality TV gold, and that was one scene. The scene with the girl. The scene with the girl. She gave you her shoes.
Oh, Gemma Collins. That cunt.
And you had this apparatus and this paint on your face, and you went off about them shoes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you know what it is, Jay, and you know me very well. And you know, I don't take myself seriously. And I like to have fun in the moment. And the reason why you could separate Tiffany from New York is because when I'm with you, I give you my heart.
Yeah.
You know, and when I'm doing these reality shows, of course, I'm giving the viewers and my fans and my supporters my heart too. But it's different. When you meet me, I feel like you understand me on a deeper level because people don't know that I'm very charitable. I'm a Christian. There's a lot. That scares me that you laugh when I say that.
So 2012, I have an event. I have an event with the kids. I invite Tiffany, Lunel, Eva, Don Benjamin, all of them. They all come up. Kevin McCall. This is back before Kevin was knocking bitches' teeth out.
Yeah.
Came to speak to the kids. And Kevin's been on the show. I like Kevin.
Love him.
So this is a group of like 500 to 700 kids from 4th grade to high school. They ain't never seen a New York. They've never seen and New York has an amazing body. I mean, her breast could sit on the table right now.
I called them gazongas earlier. Gazongas.
Sounding like a 4-year-old.
We don't have a pre-production meeting. It's just like, just come to the event and we'll be there. So I'm talking on stage. I got my little t-shirt and jeans on, and she comes out in a dress completely painted on. The kids are like, it's Christmas.
Yeah, they totally. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I was totally wearing butt pads that day. I just wanted to make sure everything was just like really like turned up.
Oh, it was together.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there talking to her. I'm like, you are off the hook. And then she had a little cup. What was in the cup?
Oh, everything.
At a kids function?
Oh yeah. I was sipping. I was vodka and cranberry for sure.
By the end of that thing, I was sipping too.
In front of you know what? That's gold. That's gold.
But you know what? It was the most controversial decision I made, adding her to the list. Let me explain. In that conservative community, I was getting attacked on the news every day because they were saying she was a bad role model. I now being on Love and Hip Hop because I'm reality TV is a bad role model in the conservative community. But what I was saying to the governor and to everybody there and the senator and stuff is that she can reach these kids better than all of you can because they know her.
Exactly.
They're invested. She's in their houses every day. Right. You can't even get to their schools. She's in their homes. She brought out more kids in that community than they can do, and they live in the community.
Right. And I'll never forget that, Jay, because literally when I landed, I remember we had dinner. We all collectively did it. And you had my back. There was the press and the media was like right there, ready to like crucify me. I'm like, what the? Like, I've never been in a situation like that. But he was like, hold up, you guys, back off. Yeah. My girl is here to support.
Right.
And I'll never forget that.
I appreciate it.
Because you really did have my back.
That was love.
It's 2012.
This is right around the Trayvon Martin. We had Trayvon mom involved. It was it was a big deal.
Wow.
So Tiffany has something really important to share.
I do. Now, obviously, I've been around a lot of years.
Yes.
I'm 35 years old.
You just had a birthday. Happy birthday. Belated.
Happy belated.
Where's my birthday cake?
Did you have a party?
No, I don't need it. I did. But it was small and swank. But let me tell you.
Okay.
I've never tried a suppository before.
Really?
No, never in my life.
Say it again.
A suppository.
That's where somebody sticks something up your ass.
I know. Yeah. I used to get them as a kid because I used to constipate.
I wanted to bring it up here because I just feel like I'm uncensored.
It is uncensored.
And I inserted it. It scared me. And I read the packaging and I said, okay, this is animal fat. I didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's animal fat. So, like, as soon as you insert it, your body heats it up, and you're just basically heating up lard with, yeah.
But what made you use the suppository?
I needed it because I quit smoking January 1st.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And what it did, though, unfortunately, it backed my system up. It made me very constipated. So I called my brother.
So that was probably the first time in life you've been full of shit.
Yeah, so full of shit. And I called my brother. My brother Terrence is my heart. And he's like, okay, yeah, you have the suppository in. And I noticed that my stomach starts rumbling. And he's like, it's supposed to do that. It's fast acting and things like that. And it was just the best shit I've ever had in all my life. I love suppository.
You felt 3 pounds lighter, right?
I did, if not 4. Like Gio, it was that serious.
Next time, use this thing called centrical magnesia.
Oh my God, what's happening right now?
Why are you teaching people how to shit?
Because it's important.
This the shit that matters. Okay,
revolutionary.
Everybody don't like doing suppositories, so centrical magnesia is just nothing but acid that breaks that shit down.
Why are we all doing a radio interview on our phones?
Fucking
social media.
Melissa, I did want to say it scared me how well I was able to take a suppository. I'm like, is this it? Like, where's the rest?
So then the next logical question is, you've never had anal sex?
Of course I have. Okay, but it's been so long. I mean, I was just surprised how receptive my anus was. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. This episode of Hollywood Unlocked.
She's amazing.
You learn. Well, I mean, it's not like she's the only one at this table that's had anything up their ass.
Yes, no, I know.
I'm just playing, Gio. I'm just playing. Because I haven't. So.
I plead the fifth all the way around.
Okay. Were you gonna say something?
I was just going to say, but as a guest, my God, she is
What we love.
Yes.
Oh,
no.
We like them candid and we like them loquacious. Yeah.
Loquacious.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh my goodness.
She proven that she not from America with our education
I love
system.
it. I see this.
She's the queen of curve and queen of knowledge.
Christ almighty. I'm sorry.
listen.
I'm still trying to redeem myself from that fucked up word. You know what? Let me Google that.
There's
Let me see.
there's another moment in New York history, because I've never called you New York.
You never have.
I'm telling you, I don't know the character. I always call her Tiffany from day one. It's never been New York. So look, when you invited me to the set of The Next 15.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And you had this red hair. First of all, when I hadn't seen her in a while, I walk up. She got this bright ass pink or red hair, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I've never seen her in action.
Yeah.
No pun intended. And so I get there and I'm like, okay, I'm coming. It was Claudia's party, but I'm coming to see Tiffany. Claudia at the time, we weren't friends. We're cool now, but I got invited by Tiffany. So I get there and I go over to her and she's, focused and still Tiffany. And then the camera comes on and you just
New York out of nowhere.
But I left before the scene where we talked about the inner cry. Where the fuck did that come from?
Listen, let me tell you something.
That was classic.
The inner cry.
Yes.
I've always worked best on the spot.
Yeah.
And Miss Claudia, she wanted to call me out. She's like, you're going on, you're saying you're crying, there's no tears. A bitch is always ready. I'm like, fuck it, I know I'm crying. She might not see the shit. I know I'm fucking crying. It's a fucking inner cry. It just came out of nowhere. Like, don't you dare tell me I'm not crying, ho.
And 30 million memes and likes later.
Right.
Man.
And I love Claudia. You and
Claudia hosted my birthday party years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. And she's the sweetest. I mean, the thing with Claudia is, like, obviously,
break it down, girl.
She does do reality television. She knows how it works. But at the same time, she's a girl's girl. Like, she wants to be friends, and she doesn't want to have to do the cat fight thing. But one thing she just messed up on was the fact that she thought she was going to be able to control me. But other than that, she's a cool
There
girl.
was that scene with you and our friend Karamo and
gosh.
Claudia at the table. And you go off where you basically said, I'm the executive producer. They were like, you're not the executive producer. And you went all the way off and walked out. And at the end, people think reality TV is fake. You see the real police. And you say, go arrest her.
And I meant it. I meant every last word of that. Like, I really wanted her to get arrested or at least ticketed, something.
I think your comedic timing, even when you're not trying, is so good.
Thank you, Gio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead.
Yeah, she could be a comedian, definitely.
I want to ask you a question. New York. Can I call you Tiff York? T York?
You can call me New York. He wants to.
I've been watching for a long time. Now, I'm not the one that normally would ask this, so forgive me. When your titties get so big?
Oh my goodness. It got big when my bank account got larger because I always wanted to get them done.
See what the time is? See?
I knew that I wanted big breasts.
They sit very well, though.
Thank you so much. Dolly Parton, people don't know this.
She inspired you?
She did.
I could see the hair too.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, I see
I can
it.
see it. I see it.
And
now.
I love Dolly Parton as well. I totally feel you. I just love her so much.
She's a girl's girl.
Real moment. Dolly Parton was getting interviewed by Yahoo because Whitney Houston had performed "I Will Always Love You," which was a Dolly Parton song.
Exactly.
And they said to her, "Do you ever get upset that people say that song is Whitney Houston's song?" She said, "As long as they know my address and get them checks to me, I don't care."
Hey,
Oh, see,
that's right.
She's got a very witty sense of humor as well.
Yes,
She
she's
really
very
does.
sharp, very witty. And when I saw her frame, probably like at 9 or 10 years old, I said, that's how I want to look.
Yeah.
Very curvaceous, and then boom, right here. So yeah.
Okay, so but wait, when was the first time that you got them done? Because you were on an episode of Botch.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that show.
It's a great show. I love the doctors.
Yeah.
And you're I just love how you don't hold back.
I don't care.
You really don't.
She
Not a
appreciates
solid
that
fuck
about
to
me.
give.
I do too, though.
I
Love
love
that.
that because I'm not that way. So I really appreciate that when I see it. Like Jason's
Thank
that
you.
way. You're that way. I love people who just genuinely don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And this is me. You don't like it? Whatever.
Exactly.
I wish I had that kind of that chutzpah.
And
You know what I'm
thanks for
saying?
saying that, Melissa, because I'm not ashamed to say this is my third breast aug.
What size are you now?
Oh my goodness, oh my god, I think I'm a triple G.
Shit.
And the
So
thing
when
is,
Like the boxer, Triple G?
So wait, so when you get them augmented, that means you're going up in size.
Usually, but you can go up or down because the thing is, I don't understand. They put them in and I grow. So I never wanted to be this big, but once I get the implants in, my problem is my body just makes it grow out even more. So I'm bigger than what I was when I got them done.
Too.
Thank you so much for recognizing.
Shout out to Action Jackson.
I was just
I was going. What's the dynamic here?
Yeah, the funny thing is, I was just telling him that I'm gonna get them done again because I want to go smaller because they are quite large.
I'm looking
so
at.
Is this the job that the Dr. DeBro?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the job that he did. So what was he fixing?
Cool.
He was basically, because I know you saw the episode of Botch, and I was really hurting.
Yeah.
Like in a bra, I was sitting high. Without a bra, it was like literally to my knees.
Damn.
Yeah, it was that bad. So he basically lifted me, you know, and he gave me, you know.
And you were completely fearless in exposing all of you to the audience.
Listen, I had a 9-hour nose job, you guys. He built the bridge from my rib cage and he took fascia from my head.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I'm sorry. You had a nose job?
Was good,
yeah.
by the way.
I never could tell. I just thought you had your breasticles done.
Thank you so much for And it took 9 hours because I didn't have a bridge.
Can you please stop referring to women's breasts as breasticles?
Breasticles.
I know.
Testicles.
Well, I know that he has an affection for anything with
He's
testicles.
5.
Testicles included.
5.
With coals?
Testicles.
No, your nose. You can't even tell. I would never.
It is a great nose job.
And Dr. Nassif did the nose, and he wanted it to look better. But see, I know the difference because I had to live with it.
Why?
And I had a deviated septum, so my nose would run and run and run and run and run. You would think I did cocaine like there's no tomorrow because it would just drip, 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 drip.
Wow.
He fixed it. He tightened it up, and it took 9 hours for him to do it.
Wow.
Okay, so really quick, going back to, because we went to Botch. That's another show that she went on. That's memorable.
Yeah.
But back to the next 15. Laura Govan, she was on the show. She said she felt like her ex was like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, she compared herself to Nicole Brown Simpson
Basically,
when she was up on
thought
our
she was
show.
gonna die.
But she's still alive.
Yes, she is very alive and on the gram, hardcore.
Oh my goodness.
And so you and her on the show at the reunion had a memorable moment where you jumped up and were just, you had Donna Summer hair. You were you were not playing with the black girl shit.
Black
that
woman
day.
hear me roar.
So-
I was up there. Yes, exactly. I was just
Clearly, you were addressing issues of what you thought were colorism and people and her saying something about dark black versus light black.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, it really resonated something deeply within because people constantly accuse me of bleaching. And when I talked about it, you know, people still don't believe that I don't bleach. They don't understand how brutal the Cali sun is. So you come out here, you're going to get 4 to 5 shades darker. And then when the
sun goes away.
Fall.
Yeah, fall and winter like right now.
Exactly. So, I mean, when she was just, you know, going on about how she religiously bleaches and things like that, you know, it wasn't really me going off on her. It was me going off on something that I deal with and the ridicule I get for bleaching, and I really don't.
And you were
bleach.
standing up for darker skinned black
because
women.
I didn't grow up with that stigma. And everybody in here is fair skinned, so it's weird to talk about it. But I don't know good skin versus bad skin. Light skin is better. I have so much of an array of shades of brown to light in my family on both sides. Nobody was ever made to feel like, you know, stay out of the sun or you're better because you're lighter. So that to me is just, I can't wrap my head around
All
it.
skin matters.
Exactly. And I tell you, some of the darkest skinned brothers have the biggest dicks. And I'm just
Don't
saying,
you count
like,
us light skinned niggas out. Because we all know what I date, and I ain't sitting there.
I already know. Listen. Yeah, don't count us out.
There are exceptions. Girlfriend, there are exceptions to the rule.
Okay.
I used to date a 6'3" Nigerian, and he was kind of chilling with Webster. And I was like,
my
are you fucking serious? You're not allowed to have a small dick. 6'3" Nigerian?
No.
Okay, so would you ever date a guy with a small penis?
Yes, only if he had good head game.
Dang.
He would have to want to stay down there for a very long time. You know, I'm talking about multiple orgasms.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a
He got a
question.
strong neck.
So I posted a picture. I posted a picture while I was in Paris, and I was kind of like, when I took the picture. Wait. You would love it. You would love it. You should do a travel show.
That'd be dope.
That would be hilarious.
They have approached me. Should I go for
Yes,
this?
you absolutely should.
Let me make a call first. Yeah. Wait, so I'm in Paris and I'm taking a picture with two people and it's like, get in. So we're like this. And I posted a picture. Somebody said, he looks like Benzino. Do I have a bigger neck than Benzino?
No, Benzino doesn't have a neck. No. You have a neck.
I have a neck.
You have a neck. You don't look
People
like Benzino.
say I look like Benzino. I don't even see that.
Neither one of you look like Benzino.
Benzino was on the show with
from the neck up or otherwise.
Yes. You know what? It's not really Ben's. It's not his neck.
Okay. Is it
his jaw is wide. Okay. And I think people confuse that.
Maybe his shoulders are too close to his ears.
Yeah. He has a very broad,
I don't know,
Sylvester Stallone type of jaw going on, and he's a shorter guy.
Is he this short?
Well, I mean, he's small.
Yeah.
And I think because his jaw protrudes so far out, it makes his neck look, shorter, like a.
So really ask these questions.
No, of course. No. So now you saw Pumpkin's fat now.
Oh my God!
Which one was Pumpkin?
Let me tell you about
the one that tried to spit on.
The one that tried to spit on her.
I'm thinking about Goldie.
She tried to spit on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pumpkin's the white girl.
Actually has turned.
She actually turned into a pumpkin.
She actually turned into a pumpkin, but that's not the
that
worst part.
That was a foregone conclusion. She looked like she was.
No, she looked
trailer
like
white trash. Yeah, exactly.
Destined
to be like
a
double wide.
And the thing about it is
from
double wide.
And the thing about it is now,
exactly.
the greatest part about you on reality TV is it's never about violence. It's just about the best shade, the one lines, the dramatic personalities. That was the one time you got physical.
Yeah.
Because when she spit on you, said, this bitch is going to die right now.
Remember that.
Yeah. I couldn't fucking believe it because I'm like, who fucking does that? And for a minute, I'm not going to lie, I lost all track of time, space, mind, energy.
You forgot camera angles and everything.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Upstate New York was in the building.
She hit you with the Missy Elliott spit too.
She threw me, and it really hit my hair. And you can't wash hair immediately, especially when you got a sew-in. So her breath stunk so bad, and it haunted
We were just talking about Magic Johnson's son's breath smells like a dead animal.
Where was he?
At the club, killing me.
Motherfucker
said hello, and I fell out like I was slain in the blood of Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh!
What's your biggest turnoff, Miss Pollard?
You know what? Funny enough, bad breath.
So let's go back to Pumpkin.
Yeah,
laying the
Yeah, it was like literally like somebody took a turd and just rubbed it in my sewing and just. So I said, Flav, look, because we were going to Puerto Vallarta or somewhere in Mexico, and we had to pack really quick. But I said, look, I have to take the sewing out, or I have to cut this or wash it because it just permeated my face with the shit.
Why do you think
permeate my face?
That's a big word.
I like it.
Permeate. Do you know what that means?
I'm sitting in the company of Miss Melissa Ford. I have to throw him out there. What was that L word again?
Loquacious.
See that?
It basically means a chatty motherfucker.
Wait. Have you ever heard of the word privatization?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. By the way, it is a motherfucking word. I just used it the wrong way.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll get to Webster's in a minute.
New shit.
Okay, so why do you think all the other women that have been on all the other shows that you've ever been a part of are not as memorable as you?
I think because I don't have anything to prove. Mm-hmm. I think once I learned that I only go around the bend one time, I'm going to do it my way. Like literally, Frank Sinatra, my way. That's my mantra. Mm-hmm. It's either like love me or hate me, but I just want to make sure before they stick me in the ground, I did it all the way I saw fit. That.
And watching you on set with Carlos King, you're easy to work with too. Like you're not a diva.
Gosh, I'm so not a diva.
You're a sweetheart.
I have to say, I don't know. Well,
Carlos tried to get her started. He walks over there and he goes,
listen.
Yeah, Claudia's on her way, but there can only be one king and there can only be one queen. She was like, I got this.
Oh, yeah.
And you told your goons to come on. Well, how do you have goons? Like
I have to because, I have to go into the hood. I have to do things. Like I'm not bougie. Yeah. I have friends from all walks of life.
But you bad.
I don't cross Wilshire.
So are these security guards or like real life just street goons?
Well, they're both, but they're talented individuals. And shout out to T-John and Sav, Area 5150. But they can get ignorant if they have to. And you have to have that kind of element.
You want to be able to take them everywhere.
Okay, so Tiffany invites me to a show that she just recently wrapped called Famously Single on E.
And our dear friend David McIntosh is
on
that.
David McIntosh.
Oh, David.
He just co-hosted the show a couple weeks ago.
Did he? Did he really? Oh, action! Plug your ears for this. Okay. The first night I move into the house, David sleeps with me. Not get inside of me, no, but he slept in the bed with me.
How was that?
Like he stuck his claim. You know, he's very manly. Like he just kept taking me and like pulling me into his chest.
Well, he was just telling the story on the show about how a man called him and said, "I want to come over and bring some girls to his house." When he got there were no girls, so he tried to grab David's head and make him suck his dick.
Did he go for it?
No.
Oh, he didn't like it.
No, he didn't like it.
I was like, shit, better than me because we got the job.
Well, does David swing both ways?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't. You know, can I tell you, I really broke David's heart.
Why is that?
Because when I got in that house and Ciroc was pouring and we were going out and clubbing, I was a bad girl.
Talk to us now.
And, you know, he saw me with other guys and this and that, and he was like, I turned him off so bad. Like the first night he wanted me so bad. He's like, oh, this is my girl.
Yeah, you look so beautiful.
Until
I need you.
Exactly.
I need you so hot.
He saw me in action. He was like, oh, gosh.
No pun intended again.
No, stay away from me.
No, listen.
But he can handle it.
So Tiffany
this one doesn't mind that I can be a slut.
Oh no! I have been with you two at Playhouse.
Y'all don't see him over shaking his leg.
No, let me tell you.
He likes me having fun.
The night I meet Action, she calls me to a party. She says, "Come to Playhouse." I get there. She has no shoes on. She's dancing all over the fucking place. Yes.
Oh my God.
Hold on. She's dancing all over the place. And then I'm sitting there with my friends, and I'm like, okay, let me start sipping.
Dance with the chef?
Yes. She's dancing with the other guy. So he's standing there, and I go, who is that? She goes, that's my man. I go, I'm just trying to make sure we all get home safe.
Yeah.
And then she's like, he don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
Clearly he did because he was standing right there.
He lets me be myself. And he understands.
I don't think you're controllable, though.
Yeah,
you can't tame you.
I'm a wild beast.
You're a boss.
I would like to see you, like, because I love Melissa when she's under the influence of alcohol. So I would love to see you under the influence. No, she's just a whole different person, which is a good, fun person.
I cut loose.
You want to see her under the influence?
Yeah.
No, she's fun.
She's just fun without it.
Tiff is fun on alcohol. But listen, so she's sitting there dancing uncontrollably. And then they leave. But no, but back to what we were talking about a minute ago with Famously Single. So she calls me and she says, hey, would like to invite you to a party. I'm doing a show. You're going to come and tape whatever. I said, what kind of party is it? She says, a pajama party. I show up in a fucking onesie.
Set your ass up.
And everybody else is wearing clothes. I'm like, this bitch.
Why did you do that?
You did have a robe on.
Action was there. He
mic.
wore a robe and a cigar. But you know what? Can I tell you honestly? The fact that you wore that onesie and the fact that he wore the robe, like the producers loved it.
Did they?
Fuck, your guests pay attention. That's what they wanted that because it just looks so good.
Well, my other friend had a cheetah onesie on with pink wristlets.
Where is that friend?
I don't know. We ain't talking right now.
How you doing?
Sure can drink.
Okay, so let's talk about this new episode you have on VH1.
Yes, I'm so excited about it because one thing about it, VH1 has always been good to me. And obviously, I've taken a huge hiatus. I developed myself. I developed, myself as a woman and different personal interests that I've had in my life. But they believed in me. I believe in this project. But it's Tiffany. It's not so much New York. It's me, and it's showing a different side of myself. More calming, suitable presenter or host such as yourself. So I'm kind of doing the same thing you're doing now.
I saw the clip that you had with one of the housewives from New York.
So Sonia Morgan is she a consistent part with the show, or is it?
Was she one of your guests that popped in for brunch?
She is the first guest that debuted and I interviewed on Brunch with Tiffany.
Oh, you guys probably got along famously.
Oh my
Well,
gosh,
the clip I saw, they were talking about hitting it doggy style.
Because Sonia is nuts.
No, she be all on Hollywood Unlocked's Instagram liking and tagging.
Yeah, she's a good girl. She's a fun girl.
Yeah,
so we had a lot of fun. But no, Sonia is definitely, she was the first person that I interviewed, and we have so many more guests. But I'm so glad we debuted with her.
Yeah.
And so, how long is the run? How many episodes?
I think we're gonna go for 10 and knock it out. If everybody participates and loves it, we're gonna go for season 2.
Yeah, we'll support.
Huh, baby?
We'll support.
Of course, we're going to support
you. Support me. We have I think we have 7 more episodes to film.
Nice.
So we just dropped it, but we have so much more to do.
And so another show that you were on that we haven't talked about was Family Therapy.
Oh, goodness.
And you were on there with your mother.
Oh, my, yes.
Who is also reality TV gold.
My mother.
Is she a real pastor?
My mother is not a pastor, but we're all priests. I'm even a priest.
She got the spirit of discernment, though.
She does.
No, but the spirit of Thunderbird don't count.
Mama, did you hear that? No, listen, let me tell you, my mother is such a wonderful woman, and she really cares about people, and she has different things that she does, and she's very serious about religion, as I am too. But my mom likes to have fun. You know, she even has some projects coming out in 2017.
So she's coming back to TV.
Oh my goodness, is she not? She is, with a vengeance.
Okay, no, because in Family Therapy, again, okay, haven't seen you and your mom together on television.
For a minute,
For a long time.
Yeah.
Did you watch?
I watched it.
This was so good because your mother takes no shit from nobody.
Right.
She don't care about anybody's.
No.
Seems like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
And that's where I get it from, Melissa. Exactly.
Really?
I learned a lot about you, and that me and my girlfriend watched every episode. That's how my girl found out she really liked you. And that's when I discovered that you were a sweet person. It had me develop a soft spot for you.
Can I tell you, Gio, that really means a lot to me because, like your girl, you know, obviously she felt closer to me because I was so vulnerable. It's fucking therapy. You know, there's no lights, camera, action, and you're drinking and living it up. No limos and guys. It was just like me and my emotions and the real stuff that I deal with. So that's what she saw.
Like on Botch, you were very vulnerable with revealing your body on Flavor of Love and how many I Love New York's. New York Goes to Work. New York.
Yeah.
How many different
spinoffs? I think I had about 6.
Okay, so all those shows you were just in terms of love or just opening up your fears of things. On this show, you shared that you were going through a pregnancy and then a miscarriage. How did you get through all of that?
Oh my goodness, it was just a hard time in my life. But I like storm because I know storm. If it's a storm. Okay, the sun is coming. The sun is coming. But it was just, I don't even like talking about it, but I talk about it because I have to and I'm asked about it. But just going through a miscarriage was just like the hardest thing ever in my life. And, you know, I'm not ashamed to say it, but that was like my 4th, you know? So, I suffer in that area, but I know that God is able. And I know that eventually it'll catch up to me.
Wow.
I'll be a mom.
Because you're so connected to your fan base and have such an engaged fan base, do you feel the connection to your fans? Or do you try to remove Tiffany from the whole New York world?
Honestly, the outpour of love from my fans, I would have to just be so stupid not to pay attention. My fans really love and support me to where I feel guilty. I'm like, I should be giving more to my fans. I don't get on here. I don't like their comments. I should be more interactive. So, just like today, dropping the show and how they were just on it, I'm like, dude, I have to be a little bit more present to my fans because they're so connected to me.
Well, and now the show's online and they're online.
Yeah, I really need to give my fans some ass. I really do need to give them some.
Well, they're gonna love watching this interview. So what's the one thing that you think people misunderstand about you the most?
I think that people, oh gosh. Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people see me growing up, and I think they see a different level of maturity that probably wasn't there in the beginning. And I'm just taking life more seriously, and I'm just developing into just a new thing. I don't think any of us are done. I don't ever want to get to that spot where I'm like, okay, I've done that, been there, done that, and I've achieved. You know, I'm still growing and working on the model.
But do you think people see you as a person?
I hope so because I'm very private. Yeah. Like I'm not.
You don't like to go out.
No.
Super.
I'm a recluse. I'm a recluse.
And I will say you're a good friend. Like you're a real friend. Like no matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, no matter if it's a kids event, a birthday party, a club hosting, you're always there.
Yeah.
And she'll text me or call me and say, "Hey, I'm proud of you." And like you're a good friend.
I think it was like 2 nights ago. I just text you out of the blue. I'm like, I love you. I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're still alive.
And I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
Like, what the fuck?
What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a Capricorn. I knew it.
See, it's this big heart.
You're not nothing like her.
Go to hell.
Don't even try. Right?
But you do. It's funny. I see you as a real person now. Before I know, it's safe to say that I see in New York now. I know Tiffany.
Yeah.
And that's the side I like to get to see.
Thank you so much. And that's what we're trying to do with Brunch with Tiffany. And that's why there's not that New York right there. It's like, this is Tiffany.
It's definitely Tiffany, but it's funny Tiffany too.
Yeah, oh goodness.
Oh, you are funny.
Tiffany, where's the show shot? Is it shot in New York?
It is. It's shot in New York.
Is it at the same place every single time, or do you guys kind of do different restaurants? Or
we do different restaurants. You know, eventually I even want to begin to cook for my guests because I'm quite a chef.
Okay.
Yeah, I love to cook.
Hey.
So we shoot it, Melissa, in all little different parts. But like I said, like literally, I think we only shot like 2 episodes, so we have like a few more to go.
Okay.
So the sky's the limit.
Where did you shoot with Sonia? Because I just moved from New York.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
so you're here full time now?
I'm here full time, yeah. And you know
better
what?
be to do this damn show.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody
exactly.
on the East Coast right now. I am not missing that motherfucking snow.
No, she's
Y'all
not.
can have that.
Well, you're in Hollywood. There's a different type of snow in this city.
Exactly.
That's called cocaine.
I know. But like, I love one thing I loved about New York was the food, the restaurants, just being able to just go anywhere, and it seemed like you entered like a different country.
A woman after my own heart.
Oh,
because
I'm a foodie, undercover fat ass over
girl,
here. Yes.
Especially after you done drink a long night of drinking, because you know the clubs don't close until 4 or 5.
Oh my God.
You want that good street food.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I love Cali, but a hot dog wrapped in bacon is not going to do it for me all
What
the
they got in
time.
New York? What's the street food in New York?
It's called street meat. Doesn't it sound like a male
but
prostitute?
There's something. There are those gyros on the street
God.
in New York.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what about Magnolia's Bakery? Have you been there?
Oh, of course. And I love the hot nuts that they give you on the cart.
I like hot nuts too.
Oh my gosh.
So does Gio.
It's just the enunciation and emphasis she put on nuts. Hot nuts.
Well, listen. Anything you need from us, you got our support. Anything you need from my team, this the best
thank y'all
digital team
so
in the
much.
building.
But wait.
My writers over there.
Before we leave out,
Gotcha.
I've been hearing this all since your first show. People say, you know who you look like, you know who you look like. Please tell me from your show, who do you think I look like? Because I get this every day.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I know who you look like. You look like David Otunga.
See
You
that
look
shit.
like Pop.
That's
I
Yeah,
get that
you
shit
do.
every
You
day.
do.
I've been
Yeah.
stopped by KMG. I get that shit every day.
Except David's clearly slinging the dick. He got kids.
I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
finally, I guess I do. If you
Yeah,
say
you
it,
do.
then I guess it's true.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
Keep your pants on, because I don't want you to measure up to him, because,
Oh, nah, you ain't got to worry about that.
He was not packing.
You ain't got to worry about
No,
that.
I want to talk shit about him, because he had the nerve to talk shit about me.
What'd he say?
You know what he did? He tweeted, you know the New York City shopping bag?
Yeah.
Where it goes, I love Heart New York?
Yeah.
He goes, this is worth more than at Tiffany fucking Pollard.
Did he?
Are you serious? Are you serious? You were my sloppy seconds, and I did not even want you in bed the day that you did spend the night. Like, I didn't even want you, hon.
She
Don't
said that was
forget,
the producer.
I sent
move.
you home. You didn't send me home.
Damn.
Are we talking about Jennifer Hudson's
Yes.
fiance?
We
No,
showed up
husband.
is.
And
That's husband, baby daddy.
And clearly he ain't hitting it right, because if he was, he'd have had that ring on his finger. Wait, now what was the guy's name? The other guy that was in the house that was beating people up, the big bald-headed guy.
Buddha.
I got Buddha's number somewhere. I saw him out at lunch
So
one day.
random.
No, lose it, because he used to sneak through my window at night. I'm talking about in the house, wig off, no makeup, cameras not rolling. This nigga used to crawl through my window. I said, you need to go to bed and go to sleep. Don't come in my room. But he did come in, and
Earmuffs.
but he did come in
Did
one
he
night,
have a-
and
he
I
had a
was
big
like,
dick?
his name is Buddha. He's tall. And,
Hey, man, show this man some respect, man.
This is my homie.
Because you know, as soon as they get in the car, he going to be like,
No.
was he better than me?
No,
You know?
no,
No, that's what you would do, Gio. That's what you would do.
About my business.
Yeah.
About my business.
But I would never disrespect.
Or at least I know.
Oh my goodness, I cannot leave here without talking
We
about.
may not be done, actually. Let's
Oh,
go.
we're not? Okay.
No. Let's keep going.
Okay, good. The next project that I'm working on is produced by Action L.A. Jackson, and I'm so excited about it. It's called South L.A.
Okay. Oh, it's the scripted thing we talked about before.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're still pursuing it. Tell people about it.
Oh yeah. Well, right now, I got a little situation trying to do some stuff with like Netflix, whatever, and I got like a Lil Easy. Yes. Lil Easy, Omar Gooden, my boy D Love. I know y'all probably know who D Love is, you know. And
Gio's gonna definitely want to roll in that.
You know,
hey man,
see, he already getting the G already. Like,
man,
you know what I'm saying. But it's basically about a kid from Brooklyn, New York, moving out to LA with his mom's and his mom's grandmother had passed away, so they took her house and live in South Central. And he's through his eyes from a kid from Brooklyn, seeing South Central, and you know, seeing what the good and the bad and how to overcome situations and stuff like that. So it's like a series.
Did you write this?
Yeah. Me and my boy Charles Clemens.
I know Charles. Yeah. Shout out Charles.
You know Charles.
If there's ever a reporter opportunity in there or a radio show opportunity,
Hey guys, it's Jason Lee.
I don't know if that's going on in South Central, but I can also play a crackhead.
Yo, that would be hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot of crackheads.
You playing a crackhead would be fucking. I would love to see that.
James DeBarge.
Yeah.
James DeBarge was a crackhead. James DeBarge was a crackhead. El DeBarge's brother, that's he's light skinned.
That's what's the name's father?
No, that's Janet Jackson's ex-husband, James DeBarge.
Yeah, but his
you
daughter.
didn't know he was on drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The DeBarges, a couple of them had some issues with some,
but his daughter's on that
some
show.
narcotics.
Okay.
We just went all the way fucking left.
So Real passed away, right? It was Real.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. But oh my gosh, I know he's in heaven because he's just like so religious. He was a Christian, and I went to his funeral.
You did?
But it was more like a homegoing. And you know, even to think about him, I don't get sad. I get more just like, you know, he's like an angel watching down. And I know his brother Chance. He's still hurt by it. I mean, any loss is hard.
They were close too.
Exactly. But even he knows like his brother is watching down over him.
So how did Chance and so do you all still keep in touch or no?
Oh, absolutely.
He was on the Next 15.
Yes, he was.
First scene, right?
And I personally wanted to because, you know, the producers asked me who would I want for like a blast from my past from previous shows. I said Chance because the last time I saw him, he was hurting so bad, and I just wanted to see how he was doing, you know, past the death of his brother, unfortunately, and just to get with him and just see him up, and he's doing his music. He has so many projects and things that he's doing.
Still pushing it.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of him, and he supports me. I support him.
Have you seen Flavor Flav?
Oh, that's the $1 million question. Everybody asks me that, but Flav is a busy man. You know, he tours a lot in London. I have London, obviously, management, so I'm over there a lot. But our paths don't cross as much. But he's married. I mean, he has children. And the thing with Flav is like when I get around him, there's so much chemistry that we have to remind ourselves like, hey, this is not appropriate anymore. So it's kind of best that we don't.
I messed with you guys had great on camera chemistry.
Oh gosh.
And I feel like the shows that you've been on, I don't know whoever these casting agents are, but those motherfuckers are so good.
Yeah, they are.
They've casted the right people.
Wait,
Yeah.
Okay, no, Riff Raff. Okay, that's a whole different show.
Wait, you said Riff Raff?
Riff Raff was
that was from G's to Gents,
Okay,
right?
yes, but
Same production company though.
51 Minds.
Yes, Gio.
Okay, so I thought that he was on your shit, but no, he wasn't.
Yeah, Riff Raff.
He like a real life Skittle.
Yeah, Riff Raff is doing good now,
He's doing
isn't he?
great.
Bless him. Yeah.
I just saw Riff Raff at the skating rink.
Oh, really? What was he doing?
He came to Floyd's skating party. Oh no.
Didn't we just say Flav recently too?
Yeah, when?
Where did we run into Flav? I can't remember. We
I
did
don't
run
know.
into
We were
him
drinking,
somewhere.
so I don't remember.
He just walked in randomly. We were like,
Gotta get you on the show. Gotta get you on the show. And then I don't know what happened because I was
"Oh
drinking.
man, I don't know." Anyway,
Love him though, by the way. Still got love for Flav.
well, listen, we're gonna support you. We got your back. Appreciate you coming. When we talked about her coming to the show, she was like, "I don't know that show. This show's not as reckless as people say
Oh
it
my
is."
gosh, it's not. You guys do it.
See?
You don't know what you're missing out on. I don't know what I was sweating
You feel
about.
comfortable, right?
So comfortable, yes, and very respected, and I
course.
appreciate it. And this is my friend.
Yeah.
We're family, you know.
We are,
so
we are.
it's just you know,
We've been
you're
friends
like
a
I'm
long
not
time.
gonna play you.
All
Like
the years that I've known Jason, he has only spoken like ridiculously. You're like a queen on a throne. You know, there's Beyonce and then there's Tiffany.
I'll take
like,
that.
Seriously.
You're up there too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
She gonna get dethroned if we don't start hanging out soon. You know.
Let's start tonight.
It's sort of like,
let's start tonight. I'll be your plus one.
Sort of like the niggas I'm in love with. If you ain't around,
there we go.
But no, I really do love you. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the other day when you said I'm just telling you I love you now, because we don't really tell each other.
Giving your flowers while you're here.
Yeah.
My grandma still say that.
Yes.
It's the truth.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we'll let you have the final word, and then we'll be
out. My gosh. Final word is just, you guys, thank you so much for the support. Obviously, we just dropped Brunch with Tiffany on VH1.com today. You guys go support it. If you guys support it enough, hey, we're going to spin it into a TV show. So it's up to you guys.
Tell your new fans where they can find you, because you have definitely, attracted a new fan base by listening.
Oh, really?
Being on the show.
I love that.
Yeah. So where can they find you on social media?
I want you guys to follow me on Twitter at Tiffany Pollard. Pollard is Pollard, and follow me on Instagram at Tiffany_HBIC_Pollard. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you. And we're out.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh God, shut
Please
up,
don't
Gio.
end the show with that. I can't.